Hello everyone, welcome to Trade. Today we're going to be seeing the Nifty and Banknifty levels for Monday, 23rd January. See, this is the hourly chart of Banknifty. What happened on Friday is we got some up move and then we got some sell-off, right? And the sell-off came from, once again, a pretty good resistance point, that is this, at about 42,700. Exactly from there we got some reversal. Now see, earlier on the 15 minutes on my previous analysis, we did have a pretty clear-cut view that if this Thursday consolidation, right, if this Thursday consolidation kind of breaks out, there is a good chance we could go until this. And whether we will break this resistance zone or not, that we had to wait and see. And finally, we took some pressure from the resistance zone and slipped, right? So on this hourly chart, if we just see the overall structure of the market, right, it is still very much valid that we could be making this type of a bigger triangle on a bigger time frame, where we are continuously taking resistance on this 42,700. Now if this fall continues, there is a possibility we might come down until 42,200 or come to retest somewhere along this trend line of 42,100, and then we'll have to see whether we're going to break this or not. So probably a down move is expected in Bank Nifty on Monday. So let's see how the trade goes. And I still do have a view that we are kind of fitting into this triangle pattern with this type of a corrective structure, and maybe we could slip and come down a little bit more, right? Now this down view will go wrong or will not work if we break out of this level of 42,700. So that should be very clear. My bias is on the downside as long as we are trading below 42,700. In case on Monday, in case we get a gap up or whatever, wherever we open, if we break this level of 42,700, there's a good chance we can go up until 42,900 or 42,800. We can see some up move, right? So that is pretty clear now. Now whether the market is going to break out and go up or go down, especially in Bank Nifty, that we'll have to only wait and see. Today beautifully we came and retested this level, and the same thing I pointed out here. The reason for pointing out these is just if somebody is missing out in our groups, is if somebody is missing out and if they think the market is going to be much more bullish, but before the market going up, it has to break this strong resistance, right? And exactly from there we have taken resistance. So there are two possibilities for Monday. One, continue on the downside, or break out and go higher. If none of these happens and again we remain sideways in this tight range, even that is also possible, like remain in one close, like what happened on Thursday and even what happened on Friday. There was a good move on upside, then we remain sideways, right? So even that is possible. So we'll just see those intraday levels. Now before we see whether we see our intraday levels on the 15 minutes, we'll just see what the global market is doing. The US market has recovered pretty well today. It's going to close in about some time, but the US market is plus 300 and even the European markets are here. So this is putting the SGX Nifty at about plus 90. So we're going to get some gap up on Monday based on the Friday close, today's close of the US market. Now how we can trade this gap up or gap down is, in case we get a gap down, once again watch out for resistance at this level 42,700. So when we come back to this type of a double top, right, just see if there is some divergence on the price action. That is, if we are making an equal high at the price and if the indicator is making a lower high, if there is some bearish divergence, there is some possibility of getting a dip. And all these level marks are where the price in Bank Nifty can take support on intraday basis. The first thing is over here we have the small gap Banknifty could come until 42,300. If that breaks, we have 42,240. So all the swing lows will act as a good support on the downside. Ultimately, we have the strong support of 41,760, right? Okay, we still have a narrow CPR for tomorrow. It's not coming now, as it is about 12 o'clock. The CPR indicator, it should come, be visible in the morning. See, now the places where I would look to sell is here, 42,700, in case we get a gap up over there, and probably sell Bank Nifty if we go below 42,500, because today the entire day we had some good put writing at 42,500. So if we close below 42,500, this level of 42,470, we might think of again going short in case we get a flat opening, with the first target as 42,300 and the support of 42,240. That is with the view on the downside. Now, what if we get this gap up, whatever gap up we are seeing in SGX Nifty, and the gap up sustains, right? Even though if the gap up sustains, the best trade would be if Bank Nifty can break out of this. If we gap up above this level, yeah, the scenario might change. If we get a pretty big gap up above this level, wait for some kind of a retest, a pullback will definitely come, and see if there's a bullish price action at about 42,700. If we can come back, retest this level and go up, that will be our best entry. In case we get a gap up, break out and keep going higher, that might be a pretty risky trade, because again there might be a big sell-off. See, this particular zone has acted as a good resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, right? So the moment, only if we close, like say a strong candle closes probably in 15 minutes or 1 hour above this level, then more short covering will come. We can see the market going up. If it is just a spike, we'll have to be careful, because the price can take pressure again and we can see some down move. So how the price reacts at this level is very important, that is 42,700, and these are the levels that will probably hold good on Monday for trading on the downside. Obviously, even if we come down, even if we break down, it's not that we're going to slip the entire thing. And sorry, let me just plot this again. So this is perfectly kind of fitting into this triangle, right? Though we have this 2 wicks, even if you keep this line here, perfectly fitting into this triangle. So it's not that even if you break down, probably tomorrow itself will come and touch this lower end of 42,000. Just a possibility. There is some support over here. This will definitely act as an intraday support, that is 42,200. So if this breaks, yes, then we might come further down and go higher if 42,700 breaks. Now let's just see how Nifty is doing. Nifty kind of had a big slip today because of the Reliance, the result news and stuff. So let's see if we can see. Yesterday, after this Thursday's price action, right, we kind of had a view that if Reliance breaks this level, we can get a nice dip, and we got a dip, but it was not that good enough. See, sometimes observing the price action, how it helps is, see, at this top itself, we kind of identified that Nifty is making some kind of a top, because you see when the price takes this type of, makes this type of an evening star twice with, see, what is an evening star? Evening star is a bearish candlestick pattern, right? If somebody is not aware of it, they can just Google, or on Google just type evening star candlestick pattern and check. So you have 2 evening stars plus some divergence seen in the price action, that is price making a higher high and the indicator was making a lower low. So this itself indicated that we could be, Nifty could get some selling pressure from here, and from this point Now if somebody had sold Nifty futures, just an example of trading with price action, if somebody had sold Nifty futures with a stop loss of 18,182, right, they would have easily captured about 200 points on the downside. From there, see, after this type of a bearish price action, we had a nice selling. Now the next move in Nifty is definitely on the downside. If this level breaks, that is 18,028, if this level breaks, we could see a dip until 17,930, and this level also can act as a intraday support, that is around 17,977. Since we are getting this gap up on Monday because of the US market, the couple of other selling points in Nifty which we can mark, that is this 18,100, and this again is a strong selling point, 18,140. So in case if this gap up of 90 points, if the Nifty comes closer to 18,140, we need to be careful here, because we can take some good selling pressure here again. And if this breaks, obviously this is our next target, 18,180. Now see, we are very close to the budget, right? It's almost like a week and a half left, I think, for the yearly budget. Probably that's the reason the markets are consolidating. See, if not for the Reliance news, even Nifty wouldn't have fallen so much, right? Like Banknifty, even Nifty wouldn't have fallen so much. We will have to be careful with our trading, because some kind of a violent move is expected before the budget, and after the budget depends on whatever the news, and depends on the budget. See, either, see, the same thing we are reiterating many times, right, in our videos, but that's how the market is positioned. Either if the budget, before budget, if you're going to see a rally on the upside, this level has to break, and say before budget, the entire next week, if you get a nice rally, this level has to break for that 42,700 in Bank Nifty. And now say for some reason before budget, if we are going to get a sell-off, leaving the budget and the fundamentals aside, only based on charts, how we can at least identify for the next 1 week until budget, are we going to get an uptrend or downtrend? Is uptrend if this level breaks 42,700, and the downtrend if this level of 42,000. So by the time we break it, it's around 42,000. If 42,000 breaks, we can see 41,800, sorry, 41,500. And my view in Bank Nifty is either before the budget or after the budget, that we won't be able to tell, obviously, right? But I do have a view that in case we go down, we could fall until 40,800. Now if for that fall to come, we have to break this type of the support that is there, the strong support until 41,700. If that is broken, probably Bank Nifty can take a very strong support over here at 40,800. So that's my view, and we do have a bearish bias for Monday in both Nifty and Bank Nifty. Let's see how it goes and hope we can make some money. Thank you.